Uh, Hello everyone, once again. Could you please confirm you could see my screen in a chat, please? All right, so I believe you are able to see my screen, okay, and I'm sharing over here. So far, what we have learned, we are going to start. Um, Now the part number two, directory management. Okay, thank you, Divine Light. Thank you very much. All right, so this is the part two, and we are going to start and we are going to learn all these commands in the next as a hands-on. All right, so let's move back over here. We have logged in and we could see we have logged in over here. So very first thing, whenever you are logging, so it's similar like when you log in on the system, so you move around and navigate to the files of the system. Similarly, we are gonna do the same over here. So by first command, let me show you over here. All right. So first thing where we are. So I was saying we are at home directory, right? So this tilde sign, it means we are at home directory. So how we could see, so there is a command pwd, which gives us the output where we are. So for example, if I go in slash etc directory and if I execute like this, so it lets me know where I am. Where this command is helpful when you are doing um, any automation, you are creating any pipeline or something like that, where you want to, or maybe you are deploying any application, or maybe your AI agent or anything where you really don't know where the file is going or being created, so or where you are executing the command. So very simple, this is a very one of the simplest command you could run, and you will get the where is your file is going to create. For example, if I created not over here, okay, so let me go over here. Let me create one directory, and to create a directory, let me zoom a font little bit more. All right, come over here. All right, so do we have any? Okay, so we have some of the files over here. Okay, so which I have some script I was testing, right? So we have a directory test, but we want to create one directory, let's say a name mkdir, and give it a name dsocube1. Okay, so I can see, okay, ls is a command by which I can see the content of my file. Okay, and here if you see, I have created this directory. So now I'm going to create one more directory, mkdir, and this time I would say dsocube-1. So how many of you with me agree or can say, okay, when I hit enter, we can have the same directory created over here? So whether will we have any directory created or not? What do you think, guys? Quickly tell, you can tell me in the chat whether this is going to be created one directory using this one, dsocube-1. Anybody? Anyone likes to answer this or just guess? All right. So here the thing is, Good. Okay, we have an answer. Yes. Why? Let's first create and see the file. Okay, so we have the same file name. Okay, but this has like this and it has name something like this. So here there is a simple difference, and the difference is, thank you very much for participation in it and replying the answer. Good. So here the thing is Linux is cache sensitive. Okay, when you have any file, okay, or any directory when you create, and here the directory it means simply a folder, but in Linux world we call this a more sophisticated term, the directory. Okay, and I would also ask you okay to call it direct, but it really uh, I mean there is no harm. People use interchangeably. Okay, and so this could be okay. So directory, I think we have question again. Yes, could you please ask what question? You mean should I repeat the question? Divine light. Okay. All right. So here, what was the question? I believe the user has this question. The Yeah, when we have the same directory. Okay. So directory it means the folder. Okay. In Windows you call it folder. So similarly in Windows, sorry, in Linux we call it directory. And people often use interchangeably. So there is no harm if you say it's a directory or it's a folder. Okay, so because we know what we are referring. So here the what was the motto to create this, so we already created first this, sorry, DOSC 3-1. Okay, so let me do one thing and show you the command. Excuse me. In order to remove the command, okay, sorry, not the command, this one. So directory. Okay, so we can execute this command. And now the question is, we have already this one, the sock cube -1. So now we are going to create one more directory, mkdir the sock cube -1. Okay, and if we list this, okay, ls means list the content where you are. And when we list this, so we could see both the directory. Okay, and the sock cube here, these are in lowercase letter, these are uppercase letter, and Linux is cache sensitive. That's why it treats both as a different, and we are able to create the directory like this. Okay, so this is just a way to create a directory. Next thing, okay, ls. So here the thing is, next thing what I wanted to show you, where you get the help. Okay, these are very helpful. So for example, if I execute a command ls, okay, and dash dash help, so I will get lots of options over here. Yes, that is overwhelming. So instead of what we can do, there is one more way, man ls. Okay, these are the more better way, I would say. And we use a command. We will see the command in file management later on, but here it holds the output for me. Okay, ls is the list directory contain. Okay, and what other options? So you could see the synopsis. It means it's a syntax. Okay, so ls options, and you might be, you won't find a directory because Linux consider everything as a file. Okay, so I'll show you how. So if we use -a, so these are some of the options. If you want to explore, you can explore it more over here. In my case, what I'm gonna do, I'm going to show you some of the options for this. So for example, if I use ls, that I mean simple, do like this. Okay, so it shows me something like this. But when I use like this, so it gives me reverse the order of the sorting. Okay, so instead of that, it is giving me like t, s, and r, and something like this. Okay, similarly, if I want to see, okay, the files in the time, so when the file was created, so it sorted in a way the last was the recently created. So last file we created like this. Okay. And similarly, if you want to sort the based on the size, so it says, okay, it has the, though we do not have any big file over here, but dash s is option, or you could say the flag used to see the large file. Additionally, the important option over here, ls-a, when we hit this, so before we were not able to see any dot files. Okay, so dot, it means the hidden file. So if you want to see hidden files, you have to use dash a option. Okay. And actually in real life, what you use, ls-lrt, this is my one of the favorite, by which you could see what we have created at the end. Okay. And if you don't want to use long listing, then it's fine, but in my, when I write a shell script, this is really helpful. Then I can put more things over here, and I can find the name of the last file what I have created. And when we use the dash l flag, okay, these are called flag. So it gives you more information about this one. So who these are, okay, when this file was created. Okay. And if you are not from very, this output is not very familiar, so we can put h, which gives us a more human readable size of the files like this. Okay. And these are the permission. We will again go back and see when we talk about the file permissions. Okay, in that section we will deep dive into this, but for time being, if you see, these are the directories which starts with d, and these are the files which I have created, and it start with dash. Okay, for time being, learn only this much. Okay. So whenever, because uh, here you could see, we have the blue color as a directory. Okay, and file name is as a white, but most of the time this these are the just strict output of the this command. Okay, and you will not get on the server. Then simply these are your helpful. Whenever you see something like this, it means this is a file. Okay, d represents a directory. Okay, let me show you how links look like. So if I go something like this, ls-l, okay, and the for according to format, this is the option and this is the file name. So we have given a file name, and as I said, everything in Linux is a file. Okay, and here you see these have some different kind of green or turquoise color. So in front of that we have l. Okay, so l, it means link. So when we install SSH, okay, so there was a symbolic link was created. So how we can check this? So let's go cd. Cd is to go or change the directory. Okay, so we are in the etc. Then we can go to the, do we have SSH? Yes, we do. Here we go. Then we execute command like this, L. Okay, and okay, we do not have something over here. Maybe let's see in the configuration if we find, don't go inside, we know the command ls. All right, so we do not have anything, but we already learned, right, how this links looks like. So whenever any in front of, if you find anything which says l, it means these are the link. Okay, so link are same like if you are coming from the development background, or if you know any of the programming language where you have the variable. So similarly, what happened, why link are used in the Linux? So in what I used in my when I configure Linux server, for example, let me give you one real life my experience when I use link actually. So people maybe often think, why should I use link at all, right? So what happened when you do the configuration of your application, then let's say you have one Java based application and currently it is running on, let's say, Java version 6. I know it's very old, but still time to time you are updating the your application according to the latest version, let's say. So every time you really do not have to go and change the configuration. Instead, what you could do, you could create a link, and link could be go inside your configuration file. Okay, because configuration files you have to load time to time, and after that, wherever your application is actually or the version which you are using, so in your direct link can be point to that particular what we call the configuration or version which we want to use. So instead of making or hard coding the your applications dependencies or something like that. Okay, in that I used it. Okay, I also use it in Hadoop clusters. So yeah, these are some of the um, real life use cases or my experience where I used. Okay, and if you see over here resolve.conf, which is actually over here. Okay, run system resolve like this. Okay, this RMT is also user has been and RMT, something like this. Okay, so these are the things. Okay, and next we would like to see, we have seen. Okay, so here one more thing I wanted to mention. Sorry, not here. Let's go to home directory. Okay, so cd command is just to, oops, sorry, let me clear the screen. So cd command, when you just uh, type cd and hit enter, so directly you go to your home directory. Okay, and if you want to go back to previous one, so you just type cd dash, it means you will again jump into the same directory which you were before. So for time being, I wanted to go to home directory and I wanted to show you like this, la. Okay, and here, sorry, not la, long listing, we are fine with this. Okay, so here we have many files using the dot. Mm, 1 second, I think. Uh, yes, okay. I got actually it missed what I was thinking about. So here, what I wanted to tell you, if you see over here, okay, dash, okay, and double dash. So if I go cd dot and if I type something like cd dot dot, so can you see what happened? Okay, so what actually happened over here, when you type dot and dot dot. Okay, so it's very simple. When you type like cd, right, dash dash, so where you are going, top level directory over here. Okay, and when you type cd dot, it means you are not going anywhere. So okay, let me enlighten over here what I wanted to talk about, what actually I wanted to explain. So these are the two directories which has the information about your current directory and the parent directory. So when I say cd dot, it means I am in the same directory. Okay, so this is one, this is my present. Okay, so instead of, and where these are helpful, these are when you're copying. Okay, so dot represent the current one. Okay, so if you maybe see many docker files where you have like command like copy dot dot, it means whatever you have on your current directory. Okay, wherever you are executing this command, so just copy this into the current one. Okay, usually we don't do it. I mean, it, you may find it in docker files. Okay, maybe later next month we are starting a DevOps training, then we will talk more about it. But for time being, always remember dot, it means the current directory you are in, and when you put two dot, it means it will go back to the previous one. And if you see here, we cannot go anywhere. Still for dot cd, simple one dot, still I am over here, two dot, still I am over here. Why? Because this is a root, right? The top level directory, everything starts from here. That's why we cannot go anywhere. Okay, in other terms, you could also say this dot dot directory means the directory of the parent. Okay, so wherever or wherever you are. So for example, if I want to go back to previous one, but still we have the same, so let's again go back to mm, home, let's say. All right, and here what I have, this user. If I go to this user, okay, and if now let me clear the screen, and if I say ls dash a, still I have both, right, dot and dot dot. So this dot, it means current directory, and if I say this two dot, it means I'm in a home directory, right? So if I say cd dot dot, it means where it went. It's a home directory or the parent directory or one directory back. Okay. I could also do something like this, cd dash dash, and let's say this one, right? So directly it goes to this top level directory. Okay, so don't be confused. This is really, really important. Always remember dot dot. Okay, so don't think just cd dot dot, it means we are going one step back and how it is happening. Okay, so these are the two directories which contains this information. Okay, and when I say lsa, so maybe you could see, okay, here we cannot see this dot dot. Okay, so this has the information about the parent as well as the current one. Okay, this stores the all this information. All right, so I think this is, I explain a lot of things over here. Let me summarize what I have explained regarding the CD. And if you want to learn more about, so there is a main page. Okay, and in case you install Ubuntu server and you don't get it, so you might be find the error system is set to minimized. Do you want to unminimize? So just execute a command unminimized, and you will be able to um, access the main pages. Okay, so main pages are manual, which are more normally. Okay, no manual entry for cd, we may see for something else, let's say pwd. Okay, and we got this one, right? So it gives the print name of the current working directory. Okay, so here we go. This is about the pwd directory. cd we have checked already. cd for example, if I want to go in my home directory, so I will put something like this. If I want to check where I am in home directory or not, I can run the pwd. When I say cd dash, so just I can go back to previous directory where I was. Okay, so these are really helpful. I can again check where I'm here, cd etc. Okay, then I simply press like this. So if I press something like this, I go back to the cd. If I hit this one, so again I'm in home directory. Okay, so this cd commands are really, really helpful. You could also change something like this to, okay, so cd dash dash, it means one directory to the before. Okay, just we are going back one level back. Similarly, if I go execute again, this is the cd, right? Now we want to see more commands. Okay, so but before we go ahead, I want to ask you guys, if you have any questions, please drop them in chat. All right, there's one question: how can we ask query when we have some doubts? Okay, so if you have any doubts, so as I mentioned, there is a, let me share the link, one moment, LinkedIn group, so you could join. Mm, give me a second, let me log in. One second. Yeah, here we go. This is the link for our LinkedIn group where you can connect and ask question. Until this live session will end, I'm here. You could drop your questions in this chat box. Okay, and yeah, I could reply. Right. So these are the things so far on this. Okay. So next command. So far we have learned how we can change. Okay. So CD is very simple, but I tell you there are so many use cases where you could use it. Okay. ls is also, pwd also. Okay. There is another command cp. Okay. So cp is very I would say the nice. Okay. And for what, if you want to copy something. Okay. For example, if I were to copy this uh, restore, right? So same. So what I could do, I could simply rename it. I can rename it to make a copy of it. I can see. Okay. So you could see the this one. Okay. I have just copied this file as a or restore.sh into one dash restore.sh, and just to copy files from one location to another, but I'm copy same location, right? I just so I really don't have to provide any of the path. But in case, okay, for example, if I go and check over here, so you could see it has options, source and the directory, or simple here you could see source and the destination. But in our case, what happened, we in our case we have a source as well as the destination at the same place. Okay, that's why nothing changed, right? And but in case if you want to put this file, for example restore, and we want to put it inside this directory, so how, what we could do is the sock cube one, and here if we don't mention, now we don't have to mention any name. Now what happened, let's check. So you could see the same file name has, okay, the copy, I mean we have file over here, as well as the copy of this file is also created in this directory. But if you want to rename, okay, this file at the runtime, so what you could do, you just let's say you want to pick what we have given this. If we see this, you see on runtime, you also have, you can, you don't have to copy exact name. Okay, you may change the name of the file. Okay, this is one command just to copy. And I told you the option. Okay, I think help is also available. Okay, let me use less, and you could see the archive, backup, the, okay, force, link. There are so many options over here, but usually you use the copy command just to move here and there the files. Okay, now let's say we want to copy the directory. Okay, so this of cube, okay, and I want to copy this over here, and it says okay cpr, and because this was the source and this was the destination, omitting directory tsoc1, right? So let's see what happened, then we will see this. So this is not able to do anything, and when I say ls tsoc3, we do not have anything. So what we need to do when we use, right, the file, we use r, okay, recursively tsoc cube, and inside the tsoc, right? Now let's see, and you could see we copy the directory. Okay, this is one way to copy the directory. Okay, if you have a empty directory or something like this, so here you always see you can copy, you use the dash r, okay, just for the recursive. You also have option v, okay, which is verbose. So for example, let's do something like this. So again, r not specify, omitting the directory, so we have to provide r and verbose. So when you have multiple files, so at the moment we do not have any of the files. Let me copy restore in this. Okay, and now let me clear the screen and read something. So now you could see when I put v, it means it also let me know what are the operation it has performed. Okay, there is one more way. uh, you could also do something like this. Oops, sorry, not one. Sorry for this. Interactive. So it asks, do you want? Let's say yes. Okay, then it has override this. Okay, so interactive when you want to copy. But when you are sure what you are copying, then you really don't worry about, right? There is one more way. Okay, this is the cp command. Let's see one more command. Okay, and which is mv. Okay, so for example, mv is just to use. So let me check something for mv. So it says move in bracket. It also mentioned rename. This is one of the very confusing command in Linux, especially initially. And why it's confusing? Because it moves as well. It also rename the file. Okay, so let's see both the operations one by one. If you want to explore, I'm just explaining you. You really don't need to go to. I mean, it's up to you if you want to go ahead and explore. But um, here the thing is, if you want, like when I started, I was literally paranoid for learning the things, and I learned each and every option. But honestly, we really don't use all the options. Okay, so I maybe sometimes later I will show or share my notes with you how I learn. So for example, main Alice, and I literally go with each and every option, each and every example for each and everything, each and every option. So guys, we should not do that. I mean, it's good if you know, there is no harm to learn, right? But the thing is, that's why we have main pages for, right? Where we find what, right? So that's why I'm accessing and showing you again and again main pages, right? So let's come back to the point. I was talking about mv. So in mv command, right? So what example I thought, let me list again. And here mv, yeah. So let's first rename this file. Okay, so I want to rename this as a um, okay, all right. Let's give it a name, something like 3, because 2 we already had before. So I'm putting like this. Okay, and now if I check, okay, so what it has done, it has renamed this. And how? Because source and destination both are it's same. Okay, but now let me rename it again. So 3, and I would like to make it 1 again. Okay, so now file is same, but this time what I'm gonna do, mv1. And let me first check what do we have in test. Okay, we don't have any test. So what I'm gonna do, mv1 restore, and I'm just putting like this. And now this time what happened, this file has moved to test directory. Simple, right? And let me move it back to test one, and where I want to move it, here. Okay, so here it means, let me so if we comment this out, so this command is not going to execute it. Let me just put like pwd. All right, and here if you see, so p dot, it means the current directory where I am. Okay, and if I do something like this dash dash, it means it is going to be created over here. So let's um, this file is already over here or not. Let me first check. Okay, so this is inside the test. So what I'm gonna do, um, okay, let's put like this instead of saying the destination. So destination is defined and destination is this one. Okay, where this helpful, like if you are in a directory where the path is really long, okay, and so you don't have to provide all the information. What you could do, simply put a dot. It means wherever, from wherever. For example, I copy a command slash ssh. Okay, we will come back that later. Ssh underscore config dot d inside this directory. or let's say config. Okay, so from that directory in etc, I want that file, the config file should be come in my current directory where I am. So when I execute like this, so I can find this file, and if you see, it took little time to see where is the file. So what you could do, simply you could execute this command and you directly come over here at this line where you can find, okay, this was the last file created in this command, or this option is really helpful when you have lots of file, and so you really don't have to scroll a little bit up or all the way up or all the way down. Directly execute this command, you will find what happened or what command got executed at the end. Okay, so that was about move command or mv command, right? Next, one thing, touch command I want to let you know. Okay, first of all, let's see what do we have over here. Okay, so touch is a command which creates empty file, okay, or update a timestamp. Okay, so let's say test one dot txt. Okay, for timing, please, those already know Linux, so excuse me. Okay, you really don't have to provide txt extension because everything considered as a file, but still, let's go ahead with that. So again, the same thing, I can use this option and I can find, okay, last file was created over here. So in order to create an empty file, okay, you use a command touch. Okay, and if you want to change timestamp of any of the file, okay, for example, this one, this was created on this one. Okay, so let me copy this and put it over here. I didn't do anything, I just said touch one restore. Okay, and now if we run, so you could see before it's a time was something like this, 1706, and now it says the timestamp has updated. So you could use this command for both to create an empty file as well as to update the timestamp. Okay, and why do you want to create an empty directory? So when we see the files management, okay, then I will explore more about it. Okay, but for timing the short explanation, maybe you in your program, okay, you need a file where you could write a particular data. Okay, so what you could do, you could create a you could create a file using this command. So it's similar like when you have to write something, right? You have a plan something to, let's say you want to learn Linux and you want to create your notes. So what you will do, you buy a notebook, right? If you want to create your handwritten notes, and after that you will write it, right? So similarly, touch is also the same. It creates one empty file, okay, which does not have anything at all, right? There are more ways to create file, but this today I wanted to talk about only touch. Now, so far what I have explained cd command, okay, I have explained ls command, I have explained pwd command, right, prints the current working directory. I also explained the copy. Okay, I also explained mv, right? I also explained rm. I think rm I did not touch. Okay, yeah, rmdir. So now we are going to see how we can remove this. Okay, and for this we have an option in order to remove rmdir. Okay, in order to remove the directory, what I could do, I could say rmdir and it says directory not empty. All right, rmdir this of 3, it is also not. So mkdir and test2, and now let's say rmdir. So first check, do we have anything? We do not have anything in test. Okay, so rmdir test2, and it's gone. So rmdir is a command, this one I'm talking about, which is really helpful in order to create a empty directory. So for example, you are a system administrator and you don't know, on the system there are lots of files, right? Lots of files created and you really don't know which file should I um, delete, right? So in order to, for admin, we have very good command rmdir. Very good. Just execute this command, all the empty directory will be deleted. Okay, and if you are concerned, okay, what happened about my data? So it says failed to remove directory not empty, so empty directory will not be removed, right? So in that way, this is really helpful. Okay, I used to clean up the server several times this command, and that's very helpful. Okay, but how we will remove the files? Okay, so in order to remove the files, we have command rm. Okay, when I execute like this rm and I wanted to remove test1.txt, remove. Okay, I wanted to remove ssh config, no. Okay, config, remove. Do we have? We don't have. I wanted to remove now, or I want to remove now, not wanted to. Let's remove this. Let me remove the directory. So is a directory, right? So in this case, what happened? Yes, the same command we can use, because rmdir remove a directory which directory is empty. So if, and what happened when, so do we have any content in test? No. So rmdir is the command by which we can remove. So it's removed, but now I want to remove these two directories. Okay, so if I run this command rmdir and this soq, it says it's not empty. Okay, then I run this one. So how I remove this one? Because for remove directory, this command, it is not allowing me. Okay, and rm command is to remove the files. So here the answer is very simple. uh, rm command can be used to remove directory as well as the file. And honestly, I really don't use rmdir except I have to when I have to remove the um, empty directories. Okay, so quickly, main rm, right? So remove files or directories. So rm command is very powerful, literally powerful. Okay, and if something is powerful, so we know Peter's law. Okay, you know Peter Parker's law if you've seen Spider-Man. Okay, great power comes with great responsibility. So execute this command very responsibly. Okay, but anyways, it's dangerous, but you have to learn it. So how you perform this? So let me show you again. Here the option and the file. So we know file, it means directory or file, anything, everything is file in the Linux, right? And here we also have this manual page document and all these things, if you want to just read it. And here the option is force, which I'm going to use. I want to force, and when I use this, okay, then it is going to delete everything. So for example, rm minus r. Okay, let me show you one more thing. I think we already talked about dash r is the recursive option, where it is here. So it says recursive, remove directories and their contents recursively. Okay, and we also have verbose options. So most of the options are um, how to say, I mean, common in most of the things. Okay, so you may open the again main pages again and go ahead and see. So even for this today, this showing you guys, I really do not have any script or anything written somewhere, or whatever just coming into my mind. So you maybe realize this, it's not like going I hope you, but I'm able to, I hope I'm able to explain the concept. So it's not like, okay, we do first this thing, that thing, but I know one thing. What I wanted to show you, first wanted to show you create a directory and file, and at the end I wanted to show you the remove, and this command is at the end. So we have dash r option recursive, we have dash v option, and here we also have option remove empty directories. So this is also helpful if you want to delete the empty directories. Okay, so these are why I'm showing you over here. These are your practice questions. Don't say you don't have practice questions. I'm showing you create your own practice question, create your own practice. Okay, explore this one. Very important. So now we are going to use this very powerful command using rm dash r f v and I, all the option in one go. Okay, and what I want to delete the sock cube. All right. So descendant into directory. Okay, let's yes. Remove regular file. Yes, I want to remove directory. Yes, remove. So it has removed everything from, so it started from very end, okay, of the file. So there is option R, I think, recursive. Okay, so recursively we can check, and we also have better command tree DSOQ. Okay, I like this command more, but sometimes what happen, you need to see this as well. And I think I did not show you this one. Okay, so you can recursively check what are the contents inside the file. Okay, and where I use this tree is very helpful. Like you have any project, for example, you clone any repository from the GitHub and you wanted to see the project structure. Okay, and especially like if you are doing the build for the Maven application and you don't know what structure it's get created. So what you could do, you could use tree command, okay, which is really helpful. And if it you find tree is not recognized as a command or something, so this is the apt get install tree. Okay, this is the command you could use. Okay, and yeah, I'm not gonna do that, but you could execute this command and you will get. But Linux is very amazing. It give you the help, okay, or hint at the same time when you are executing any of the command and which is not there. All right, so come back to the point. So these are the recursive, and with this one more thing I would like to show you. For example, dash l. So it's a maybe I forgot the recursive. Let's check the main page if we have something. Dash l a. I don't remember the. See, this is helpful. Mm, I j k l. Okay, dereference. Okay, sorry. Then this is not the option available. I need to check one. Okay, so I mean, how many depth we want to go inside. So there is an option by which we could say. So at the moment, I don't know. I'm not able to. Like I said, I use this option which I like most. So tree, this or cube. Okay, this is the where I could simply see where is what. Okay, instead of using ls-r and this or cube, something like this. Okay, so both gives the recursive. So it's your preference what you want. My preference is this one. So at the moment, I'm not able to recall this. So excuse me for this. But anyways, this is the option by which you could see. And now this is the time to execute this one. I'm not going to use I and V option. Okay, so when you use this option, let me put hash and we see something like this. Okay, I'm not going to remove this because these are the it's my scripts. I was testing for something. I will show you later in file management. Okay, so whenever, okay, this is dangerous command, as I said, recursively forcefully. So it is not going to ask you should I perform this or not. Okay, because it means you are asking, you know what you are doing and what you want it to be performed or what it want to be done. Okay, so we want this folder and inside everything to be deleted. Okay, and when I hit enter, everything has gone and there is no go back. So always careful. That's why I said this is one of the dangerous command, but at the same time it is also very powerful command. Okay, so execute it carefully. Okay, don't ever run this command over here. Okay, because if you remove everything, then yeah, thank you for the reaction. If you remove this, again, there are a lot of system files in this. It is not going to be, but it's a test system. I would say if you are new, you are exploring, just do it once. Okay, so at least experience, but not um, on real system. Okay, so just to on your virtual machine, do it, and you will know what it does. All right. So I'm not gonna do it because I have to use this VM for further sessions as well. So that's what I don't want to do that at all. So I'm not gonna execute. So now our system has clean, right? Now that's the end of the topics. Right? But for not this long, but this went long because I enjoy a lot this session. And yeah, so do you have any questions? If you have any questions, please drop them in chat. Or if you don't have, then let's go back and see. Okay, so I think, mm, okay, let me ask the question then. Okay, but before that, these are the summary. I will put the document, okay, where you get a notes also, so you don't need to worry about. But what you need to worry about is to execute this command, okay? So please, please, please execute this command, whatever I explain it, do it, follow along, okay? And I think this time I'm missed to put in a chat, but next time I'm gonna do this, okay? And I will put in this in a chat as well. All right. So CD we learn there are several ways, dot, 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 dash, without dash, okay? Everything we learn, and whatever is really useful, okay? There are several things I couldn't explain, okay? And that's not my motto. My motto is to show you and make you enable to use this, okay? And that's why I explain main pages for each and every one. Ls command is also we have seen, pwd also learn, right, which prints where we are or let us know where we are. Then cp command we run, then we learn mv, okay, mv for moves and rename, then remove files, yes, directory also. And I also explained their options, okay. Touch is to create empty file, mkdir to create directories, rmdir. One option I forgot to mention about mkdir, but let's do it next time. Okay, I don't want to do it next time. Let me show you right away. I'm sorry. So for example, if you creating um, okay, you are deploying any application, or you're working on application, or maybe you are a developer, or your developer friend says, okay, I want this directory to be created, okay. So in that case, what happened? So for example, again, the sock cube 1, okay, then I go over here, the sock cube 1, then I execute command, uh, what is this, the sock cube 2, okay. And inside, I will go inside this, and I create one more directory inside this sock cube, and I go inside this, okay. So here I am, right? So it really cumbersome, right? And we really don't want to do that. So what you could do, simple, there is option mkdir dash p, okay. And the directories we want to create, if you want to create on your home directory, okay. So let's go back to the home, and this time we use this, all right. And let me paste it here, and we are using p, okay. So it didn't give us any error, right? Because if directory is already there, it is going to be created directory. If there is no directory, then sorry. If directory is already there, it won't give you any error, okay, like in this case. But in case if directory is not there, it is going to create a directory for you. For example, this sock cube dash 4, okay. And now when I just list this, so we got this, okay. And similarly, if I change this to, let's say, 1, give it a 2, give it a 3, and give it a 4, all right. So now we could see this of cube, and I could say something like this of cube 4. So I have this one and this of cube 1, so I have this two uh, form, right, created. Okay, so these are really, really helpful when you need a particular structure for your project to deploy application. Okay, so these are some utilities, and yep, now I wanted to remove this cube, and let's put like this: start whatever, start with this cube, remove everything, including file, folders, whatever, right? So we will learn about this is called regular expression. We will learn this later. Okay, these are some advanced things and which are very, very helpful. Okay, I use a lot, but I don't want to overwhelm you at the moment, so I'm not explaining you at the time, but yes, we will do that. So mkdir, rmdir, and all these things, this option, okay, it is also available over here. I didn't notice it. Anyways, so now it's a quiz time. So very first question, what does the cd command do? So guys, I want you to please participate, and so option 1 displays the current directory, B change the current directory, copies files and directories, remove files and directories. So what does the cd command do? I explain you. Please, if you would like to participate, please post your answer in the chat. A, okay, all right. Let's go for it. Okay, so displays the current directory. No, so cd, it's a change directory, the full form. I mean, some command really does not have any full form, so don't worry. Cd is just to change the directory. You want to go here and there. Okay, it means change the directory. So as I explained, like you are in home folder, so cd dash, cd dash, cd dot, cd dot dot. So you are changing the directory. Okay, let's move next question, move on to next one. So what does pwd command does? So here we have option. Okay, first option is print the working directory. Okay, and after that we have option B, which says change the working directory. Okay, and then C is create a new, and remove the current directory. All right. Okay, so yeah, let's go ahead. So if you are watching it, please also drop in the comments how, what did you guess? So pwd is print the working directory. Okay, print working directory, it's a full form. Next question is what does cp command do? So move files and directories, copies files and directory, remove files and directory, print the current directory. All right, so let's see the answer. Copies files and directories. Okay, so it's option C. All right, next, what does mv command do? So move or rename files and directories. Option B is copies files and directories. Option C, remove files and directory. And option D is create new directories. Okay, answer for this one. Okay, so for this answer is A, move or rename files and directory. We saw mv is a command which can, the same command can be helpful using moves for moving as well as the renaming the file. Okay, and where we can find the details. So yes, for any of the commands, just type main and whatever command you want to see. Okay, after that command, so main is the manual page and the name of the command, and you will find. Okay, and main, and we know for cd there is no manual entry. All right, so that's why I explained more over there. And good, very good. So thank you very much for participation. And if I have something for participation, so yeah, this is for you guys. Thank you. Next, let's see the next. What does rm command do? Remove files and directories, rename files and directory, copies files and directories, displays the current directory. All right, so let's see the answer. So remove, rm is for remove. Okay, so remove it, like move mv command, it's to move. Okay, and rename. Similarly, rm command is remove files in the directory. Okay, how many questions we have? Okay, we have some more. So let's go ahead and see next one. What does the touch command do? Create empty files or update timestamps, remove files, move files, display files. Thank you guys for participation. Please go ahead and answer. I mean, this is just for fun, right? It's nobody is judging, right? Just for fun. So we know, okay, what we have learned and so on and so forth. Okay, so touch is the command, right, to create empty list, sorry, empty files and update timestamp. Okay, let's see the answer. So yeah, I have explained you, right? So touch is the command. So whenever we want to create empty, and I also explain you when you have to use this. So when you have something like yeah, requirement where you need a file beforehand, like you are buying a notebook to write your own Linux notes in advance, something like that. Okay, I don't know its analogy is good, but that just came up. Next question. So what does rmdir command do? So remove empty directories, remove files, create directories, move directories. All right, we have participating participants. Thank you very much participation. Okay, so guys, answer please. Okay, let's see. Thank you for participation. Good, good. So first this one. Okay, then we will see the answer. So yes, exactly. RMDIR, removing the directory, uh, empty directories. Okay, and we saw. Uh, okay, that I think that's the next question, right? So RMDIR to remove the empty directories. Next question. What does the mkdir command do? Remove directories, create new directories, moves directory, displays directories, and yeah, four options. All right, answers are coming. Very nice, very nice, guys. Come on. Okay, we have. Okay, thank you. C B. Let me check what is answer. Good, good, good. All right, all right. Thank you very much for participation. Yes, exactly. So answer B is correct. And so create new directories, right? I explained the option, right? In which this we can also use the dash P option, right? So thank you very much, guys, for your participation. That's really amazing. And this was the last question, and we are now end of the session. And today we learned first time essentials, and we know first time is very, very important, right? And that's what we did. and directory management, and quizzes also, and the summary. So we have learned so far. I will provide the notes on the our GitHub page over here. Okay, in this directory, you will find the notes. So make sure to check that out if you want to. And if you don't like it, then I could please let us know how we can make it better. Okay, and we will see each other on Monday 17th, 9:30 p.m. IST, and we will continue with uh, files management. Okay, today we learn about how we can navigate. Okay, and just to today was just a warm up. Next we are going to see about the files, and that is really really important, and that will be a base for our permissions of the files and all these things. So don't miss out. And next we will see each other. And this is our once again I have post the link also. I will drop the link in a description, and wherever I could put, you can just join the group and ask the question if you have. And make sure uh, to follow us on the social media. We would love to stay in touch with you, and that will also help. And those who are watching this letter, please give it a thumbs up. Okay, if you think this tutorial deserve. If it doesn't, okay, resonate to you, please let me know how I can earn the thumbs up from your side for our next session. So thank you very much for your attention, for your participation, and for your time. And we will see each other on coming Monday 17. And from my side, happy weekend in advance. Enjoy weekend. Do lots of practice. Do lots of fun. And we will see each other next week on Monday 9:30 p.m. IST. Until then, bye bye.